Oh, that's kind of an oddly overcast, weird shadow. So, I guess I'll start this one off a little basic as always. Hey, I'm Louis Porter Jr., and you're watching Transparency Agenda Daily. It is with July the 11th. The only reason I remember it's 7-Eleven. It always makes me laugh. So, boom. Rahul! Rahul! You like I did that? See, I'm calling out people like all excited. There's some business news that just happened. But I'm going to wait before I announce what I'm doing. Because, geez, everybody's also going crazy on Facebook, just dropping information. So, let's start off. So today isn't, hello Mr. Glenn. Today is not our normal regular Wednesday. Normally on Wednesday, like I said before, I wanted to talk about art and stuff like that. How you doing? Every day I come walking, he always drives by on his bicycle. I think it's kind of cool. Plus he's always playing something cool on his radio. I'm like, that's good beats. It's kind of good to keep things like that. So, let me jump ahead. So, of course, on Wednesday we talk about art. That was supposed to be our focus, or at least what I planned to. But due to some good preparation on my part and some finally shaking hands and signing paperwork on my part, I was able to solidify a deal that is something that I've been wondering about, but finally just said, you know what, let's just go in. Let's go all in. That's how I need to focus. I can't just be like, oh, what do you think? Maybe. I was like, nope, just go all in. Let's see what this thing's about. So, I know a lot of you. So I've always told people you got to sell wherever you can, sell everywhere you can, stuff like that. One of the places I had not sold at all online has been more in the digital space. Hold on, I might have to put you all on hold. All right, sorry about that. I had to fix something. So one of the places I've been looking into selling was trying to get on the virtual tabletop. If anybody knows that we started doing a line called Infinite Space. We have our still cartography, which was basically about making star charts with hex maps that people can put on virtual tabletops, because this has become a thing and become very, very impressive. And I'm like, there's something to this. There's some way to make some money here. So I hooked up with the guys at Fantasy Grounds, and we're going to be doing some stuff for LPJ Design, specifically our Pathfinder stuff initially, and maybe even some of our 5e stuff to see how it's going to look and see how it's going to go. And I must say, the percentage is what I thought it would be. You know, and it's one of those things of, okay, I'll get somebody to convert my stuff, totally digital, put it on Steam. You know, that's another thing. So it's like, if this stuff is going to possibly work, you know, it's got a lot of good things for it. It's like, okay, I like the idea, I like the concept, I wanted to get more into it. The only way I could do it was actually me trying it, so I said, let me try it. Plus, I know some people who have been selling on it seem to be doing well. There is a downside, and it's a minor downside, but it's still a downside. You get paid quarterly, so it's kind of be like that magic money that just pops in your thing, like, oh, magic money, thank you. Which, you know, it's not a big deal. It's nice to get money on a regular basis. Monthly is nice. I would like to get paid weekly if I could, but I guess I wouldn't. But if I was doing well enough, spiderweb. If I was doing well enough, it wasn't a major issue, it'd be one thing. But I think it's like, let's just start and see. And, you know, you won't know how well you're doing a thing for 3 months. But the advantage is there's no out-of-pocket cost. So, you know, and how big is the virtual tabletop market? I guess it's pretty big, because people keep buying stuff, and I see more people getting into it. So this is one of those opportunities to see how things are sold, really see how they approach it. Because, I mean, it's going to head that way anyway. So, I mean, even I told you, the guy whose maps I told you guys about a couple days ago, with the moving water on the maps, I'm still like blown away by that. I think you're going to see more of that online when people start doing things and adding things to, you know, just little things you can add to your maps to make them more interesting. And for space, dude, that's like perfect. You know, a big space map, you know, stars exploding, things moving around. I think it's a cool idea, and I think it probably doesn't take as much as people think it does, as always. You know, it's all magic till you figure out what the trick is. So I think at this point, I am kind of interested. Plus, you know, I'm kind of wondering, you know, the Steam delivery system. It's another big spider web. The Steam delivery system has been very well known, has made people a significant amount of money. So it must be kind of good at a minimum. So I'm gonna guess I would like to see like more about it. I think this will give me a better understanding from the back end. I know there's a couple guys selling on there right now, like Legendary Games is selling there, and I didn't get a chance to actually talk to Jason about his sales. I just said screw it, let me go, let me check it out. And I think I'm gonna be doing more of that. Like screw it, let me check it out. Let me see what's the worst that can happen. So I'm really kind of focusing on that kind of what kind of cool things can we do to generate more income without having to do more work. And this is one of those situations. And the percentage that they're taking is higher than normal, but it also accounts for a developer. So the cool part is that there's a developer who works on this, they get paid out of the work that gets sold. And that's kind of like, that's interesting. If you start making real good money, you'll attract probably more developers who want to work with you because they know if your product makes money, they'll make money. And that's kind of a perfect like a win-win. And I think you'll see more and more of that. I'm hoping to see more and more of that. That's why like kind of the art thing kind of works well for me. I think it's the same kind of model. I promote all my guys to the stock art because I know when they sell, I get paid too. So why would I not? And certain people are going to notice certain things are going to sell better for them, and certain people will sell better for them. So they'll talk them over and be like, "Hey, I worked on this project. I made $500. Or this other project, I made $250." In a situation about money, you're going to be thinking, "Hey, let me approach the $500 one. That's going to be the more interesting one." I just think that's a good way to do that. Plus, I think there's some way to digitally help these guys out and make it easier on their end to make it converting, so they even want to work with you more. Like I said, I'm very much in this. Where can this go? What can we see out of this? I'm interested. I'm interested to see more. And like I said, this is also another area that I don't know much about, but I know it's growing, and I know people have talked about it. So I don't think I'm one of the first ones to get there, but I think I'm one of the ones who's going to really dig into it, start seeing what's going on. Because initially they said, give us your best-selling products and put them out, and of course the lines they support. And for Pathfinder, it's like, okay, let's see how well the Machinesmith does there. I think the Machinesmith will do very well there. I think visually the Machinesmith is a perfect kind of book for that. I think people will be excited by that. Neo Exodus, of course. Probably the majority of the Neo Exodus stuff I can put up, I'm going to put up. We're also probably going to put up Chronicles of the Gatekeeper. Let's see how that goes. I mean, I won't know the answer for, months and months, but if it works out well, we know that, hey, Chronicles did well. Let's put out Wrath of the Gatekeepers, and that's coming out. We're doing the Kickstarter for that. Woo! In a little bit over a month. I gotta still do that. Jeez. Oh, so there's so much stuff. There's so much potential financial upside to this. And what's the downside? Well, my product doesn't sell. Well, it didn't cost me anything out of pocket to put up there. They only make money when I make money, so the downside really is, none. And I think that's a problem. We all sit and go, "Oh, I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that." I mean, I'm notorious for that. I'll tell you one spot that I'm very notorious for. And I'll tell you a little story, and you all can laugh about this. So, D20 PFSRD has wanted me to get on their site and put more stuff on. Jeez, what up? Florida spiders. That's something you didn't think about, did you? So, it's gonna drive me crazy. So, they want me to put more stuff on their site, and I'd like to put more stuff on their site, but the only thing that drives me crazy is how their stuff is uploaded. This is 100%. This is me. This is 100% me. This is 100%. It's not what I'm used to. It doesn't work as fast as I'd like it to. It kind of has some stuff I don't like. This is like I said, this is totally my personal choice. It's not that it doesn't sell well there. It doesn't sell. It's just I don't like how the system to upload the stuff is. So, a few months back, a very well-known and very good friend of mine, I told him the same thing. He's like, "What, are you stupid?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know." But it just drives me crazy. And he goes, "Dude, if you want, I will put it online for you." And goes, "And I'll take a 30% commission out of that." And I was like, I don't know, 30%. So he did that little diddle-daddle, whatever. He never put it up. I never gave it to him, that thing. But I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, no, maybe I should give him the 30%. It's 30%. Now, I mostly sell an RPG now and a half because I've been selling it so long. Yeah, Jay, it isn't very intuitive, and I don't know if they designed it that way or it's just because they don't care and it's just like, hey, this is we're gonna do it. But if it's a little more intuitive, I think I'd be a little more incentivized to put more stuff on there. That's how low it is. That's how low the bar is for me. You know, I'm tempted to hire someone. So yeah, if anybody out there who's interested in doing this, that we can find a way we can put it up, we'll set it up that you can get a percentage of the sales. If you know what you're doing, you want to do it, hey, that might be something fun for somebody, not for me. I do not find it to be exciting. Maybe, like I said, maybe it's a little more intuitive. I mean, even Paizo, which I'm not a huge fan of theirs because it kind of does things backwards, but nothing like major. But it's just like, yeah, I am kind of out of breath today. I don't know what's going on. Yes, Suzanne. Not every day I'm in great shape. Today is like, I feel a little down today. But that's right. So for Suzanne Barron, the joke that I told you guys about, the elbows, touching your elbows behind your back, yeah, that's the person I played this joke on, so I feel good about that. Number two, such a pain in the butt. Number two, I have gotten down to 215 pounds. So I'm within 10 pounds of my dream weight. You know, that will put me at light heavyweight, as I always say. I'll be able to fight John Jones at light heavyweight. Important. And yes, Paul, yes, I know 30% is that it's just one of those things that it's like getting off your behind to do it. And it's just, you know, when you've done something so long, certain ways, you're just like, I don't want to deal with that anymore. Let somebody else take care of that. Ugh. And it's just one of those days that I'm like, maybe I will do that. Maybe I will hand it off to this person. So I'm not going to tell you who it is because. But it's one of those things that maybe I'll find somebody to do it for me. I don't know. Something like that. I think, I don't know. I think there's, Jesus. I think the spiderweb thing is driving me crazy. That's what I really think. Pioneer. Yep, Jesus. And there's bugs out today. Jeez. It's like all 1,000 today. We're playing it's all Florida right here. All Florida, all insects all the time. So, did I walk through a cloud or something? Yeah. So, yeah, got me in the eye. I think there's just stuff. Jesus. Okay, things that drive me crazy. Bugs and gnats. I like the umpteenth ones I've got. I'm changing the title of this one to like freaking. See? It is going to be one of those days today. See? FYI, not a big fan of insects. Always like spiders. Well, let me put that again. I like spiders when I can look at them. But like the gnats are out today. All right. Ha! Having fun at my expense. So yeah, I think there is a way to make money doing this. It's just, you got to pick and choose what you want to work on. I do not feel like working on some stuff like uploading products. I don't want to do that. I'd rather hire somebody to do that. Jeez. Get someone to do that for me. Cut out the middleman. Call it a day. It just drives me crazy. I don't know if I want to do like that level of stuff all the time. You know how that goes. So yeah, that's where we are with that. What other fun stuff? Well, we are moving along with the Kickstarter. I added even more content to the book that I said I wasn't going to add any more content to. I don't know why I keep adding content to this book. I just do. This book is going to be ridiculously large. It's not... we're probably, right now, at like 27 pages. And this is just the... Yeah, I do need a face mask. You ain't kidding. This isn't even like the actual adventure that Michael has written already. This is just old-fashioned source book to it. So this is going to be kind of a really huge project, apparently. Also, funny enough, so I just noticed Jesus Blondes, who does some artwork for us, this happens to be in Miami. But he's from South America. I think Argentina, but I could be wrong. But I think Argentina. And he's actually just in Miami, just vacationing with his girlfriend and his friends and having a good time. I'm trying to see if I can get together with him to get together and just talk some stuff, because, you know, somebody's from out of town comes to Miami. Hey, I'm close enough. Let's see if we can talk. Now, it's just, it's just tough, because being in Fort Lauderdale, aka Miami, anybody comes anywhere close to here, not Orlando. Orlando is 3 hours away, 4 hours away. But like, if you're in Miami, it's like, okay, that's 30 minutes. Get on the highway, go down and see them, talk some business. Plus, it's good to see people face to face. I mean, we've had a relationship for years now, and we've never actually met face to face. And I think that's how it is now in the age of the internet. You got people meeting, but people, for the first time, finally face to face. I mean, we used to do it before video became so prevalent, but now it's like even crazier, because you can just talk and just be there or something. So I might be going to see him. I'm trying to see if I can do it Thursday, because this weekend we got a convention to go to. So I've got to go do some more research. Probably going to do some live blogging. I'm also going to try to see if I can shoot some video asking questions to some creators, and then we can cut this stuff up, put it online, let people see it, that kind of stuff. It's one of those things. It's like, I think that in this day and age, that the technology, a little phone, can really do, 90% of our stuff for us. I can run my business through my phone. Yes, I hate doing it because everything's so small, but I can run my business through my phone. On a tablet, yeah, perfect. Tablet doesn't just fit in my pocket. If it fit in my pocket, it'd be numero uno. But like, I think it's one of those situations of, if the business runs through your phone, then we need to rethink how business is done. But most of the stuff I get from people, I mean, okay, let's not count layout right now. We're just talking about stuff I get from people, like artwork and stuff like that. Hey, I got a piece of art. I can check it on my phone. Looks great. There's some issues here. Blah, blah, blah. I can respond back almost immediately. That quick feedback. And then people can go, okay, you got to go do this stuff. I'll be away for a while. Boom. It's kind of a win-win. And I've got to, as an old guy, and I'm an old guy, I need to keep thinking of myself more in a younger person's perspective of why the phone is so important. And not even the phone. Let's even call that. The phone is part of it, but it's like the system you use to communicate. Is it going to be better to use Facebook? Is it going to be better to use YouTube on something? I mean, like the videos I do now. We shoot this video on Facebook Live. I then take this video and bring it over to YouTube and convert it over there. I'm also planning to convert the audio from this as just straight podcast, to put it on the Apple store, the Android store, to sell as audio. Well, not even sell, but just have as audio. I think there's so much of that stuff that has not really been done, or not many people are doing, or some people are doing. I mean, there's a couple well-known podcasts that do just a podcast, but it's all set up professionally in one place. I don't see them cutting like pieces of the stuff they do and putting it up in different places, trying to draw different crowds. Even though we're talking about gaming, and it's one of those things of, I guess if you're a hardcore gamer, you know where to find stuff, but it's the new people, the people who are like fresh, who don't know much, who haven't been able to see much, who are like, oh snap, how can I get down with this? Oh snap, I never saw this before, how can I get this? I think those are the people that we need to approach to get, because I think that's where the new real money's going to come, because we can't keep just siphoning money from place to place to place. We've got to get new players in, we've got new players interested, and we as companies need to make new games. And I don't mean just tabletop role playing, I mean like card games and board games, and like branch out, and even nay, I say, let's go digital. Let's find a way to really go digital relatively cheap. So I think that's the other thing. I mean, there's so many games. There was a woman who put out a game recently. I guess not recently. It's been like a year or so. And they kept giving her a big super duper thing, because she basically took Candy Crush and she basically reverse engineered it for those looking to get their credit better and stuff like that. And then she got all this press about this. But the game still at its core was Candy Crush. All it really did was talk about like how to get your credit down in the background of you playing the game. And I was just like, okay. I mean, people gave her a ton of money for this. She got that. To me, it was like, well, this is silly. Why don't you actually make a game like Rich Dad Poor Dad's game? It's like, what is it? Cash Flow, not Cash Flow Quadrant. It's in the book. What's the name of their game? Just check out Rich Dad Poor Dad game. It'll pop up. It's really educational. It's really fundamentally very different. It's an online game you can play for free and works very well. And I was like, that I found informative. This thing was just like something somebody dashed together that couldn't have, I mean, really couldn't have, it couldn't have cost much to make. Because the engine was already there using Candy Crush. So it's like, you adding in the audio for credit stuff, I mean, how difficult was that? So if she put that together, I gotta wonder, it's like, we as gamers, what can we do to develop actual games that have people interested, that can have some kind of educational like slant to them to generate us make some more money? I mean, you know, years ago, I told you I made that game Grammar. I got the cards still developed, everything's there. Print on demand has now gotten to the point where I'm happy with it. So doing this as a card game, as a legitimate card game, yeah, it's already there. It's very feasible. That being said, why can't I do the digital version of that? I guess the digital version would be very similar. I mean, what would be radically different? Would it be, I don't even know. It's something, but I don't think it's going to be anything major. You know, how much does it cost to do a game like that? If you've already built the skeleton or you can use another engine, like how much is it going to really cost you? $3-4 grand? Maybe? Probably not. You find the right developer. You find a young kid in art school, maybe doing some stuff, maybe doing some work there. You find a young guy in a community college, you know, and like anything else, you're paying a percentage. You go, hey, you know, we sell this money, we sell your percentage, boom, you're good to go. So they make money when you make money. I mean, there's so many ways to skin this cat. We just got to figure out the easiest, most financially profitable way to do it. So I think that if we focus on that as game designers and businessmen, I think that we can pull this off. This dude's trying to park, but he's parked all crooked. It's kind of interesting. So, yeah, I just think we need to focus on that. Once we focus on that kind of stuff, it will do well for us. Ugh. See, that's weird. So now I have to start walking a different direction because there's so many bugs down that old one. Good to know. So, what are the fun stuff? Of course, we got the Kickstarter coming out. We've got the digital launch party, which is going to be, 11:45 Eastern Standard Time. So people on the West Coast who normally complain about, oh, I have to, this stuff happens at the wrong time. No, I made sure I'm willing to stay up late that day so you guys can come see. I'm hoping I can get everybody from the company like Jeff and Michael to stay up with me to watch this on YouTube. And just have fun. Just have fun talking about stuff, seeing we're doing right, and just watching numbers go up. Because really, like I said, we're only trying to get $3,000 is our goal. After that, that's when the interesting stuff happens. That's how the interesting stuff happens. One of my friends used to work with my wife, just with me. So it's one of those things you just got to keep. I think we got to just keep hustling. I think this will be an awesome project. Plus, it's like I like to see how it turns out. If it turns out well, let everybody copy the idea, use it for yourself, see how it works. I mean, it can't hurt, right? Yeah. All right, so that's it. Oh, I've got a good long walk today. Very hot, much hotter than normal. I'm just not 100% today. I hope bugs form. Ugh. All right, everybody. I'm going to go back to my office. I will talk to you on Friday. Friday, let me see if we might have some crossover stuff to talk about. Maybe some art stuff since we didn't talk about today. But I guess we'll see. I'll talk to you all later.